When people try to argue that a gaming console is a better purchase than a gaming PC, one of the main things they'll bring up is exclusive titles, games that can only be played on console, at least for a little while. But as the PC gamers in the audience know, that's just not a good argument, and it really never has been. While it's true that some games in the grand scheme of things are not available on PC on day one, these games are an insane minority because of the frankly ridiculous number of available games on the PC, but also most PC gamers aren't going to go out and buy a console just to play a game or two, because when that console exclusive game does inevitably come to the PC, it's going to run far better than its console counterpart, and the door holding us back from the mods will be broken down like Timmy's dad in that one episode of Fairly Odd Parents.
I'm respecting your privacy by knocking, but asserting my authority as your father by coming in anyway!
On January 26th, @TotallyNotRetro tweeted out a video of GTA 5 running with some mods and a very simple caption, quote, "This is why we're okay with waiting for the PC version of games." And good golly gosh, did this send console Twitter into a frenzy. Now, I don't know if the rage sparked by this post was because it was about GTA and there's still just a lot of weird salt around GTA 6, or maybe it's just because nobody had anything better to do on Boxing Day, but I've never seen such rabid salt generated by someone simply saying that they don't want to buy something at the same time someone else does. It's not even like OP was saying the game in question sucks or that you suck for liking it. They were literally just posting a video of the PC version of a game and implying that the obvious advantages of the PC version are why PC gamers are not running out and buying consoles for a handful of AAA games that don't come to PC day one. Like, how this was controversial or rage-inducing in the slightest bit is beyond me. But just wait till we get to the screenshots, cause holy hell. The fact of the matter is that most PC gamers are just way too busy with other games to worry about whether or not they're going to be able to play the latest AAA cutscene-a-thon on launch day, and one by one, the big publishers have realized this, and they're starting to meet us halfway. Microsoft releases all their shit on PC day one now, Sony's reportedly getting much more expedient with future PC ports, and yet there will always be people too dead set in their corpo-worshipping ways to realize that this is actually a good thing. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize just how fucking cool it is that Microsoft and Sony both backed off of their console exclusivity strategies because enough gamers looked them in the eye and said, no, I will not buy your plastic fucking box just because you're holding a couple games hostage on it. Like, that's fucking awesome. That's the free market at work, my friends, and it benefits literally everyone, because those games that would have been held hostage will now get a wider release and more effective preservation for future generations. If you don't think that's rad, then I'm not your dad. Cut that. That was fucking dumb. Why did I say that? Okay, this intro is long enough. The context has been established to my liking. So now let's just have a drink together and point and laugh at the people who shoved their heads up their own assholes in response to this video because mods are scary or gaming PCs are scary. Or I don't know. I don't know why they were mad. Let's just get started. Chaos says PC gamers just toss in a wet road and call it an upgrade. Watch Dogs trailer syndrome. Yes, because the wet roads are the only thing changed in this clip. There is not a smoother frame rate than the console version, there's not better textures in the console version, there's no better lighting than the console version, there's definitely not an entire fucking car here that's not in the console version. Also, little weird of you to bring up the Watch Dogs trailer as if that trailer didn't deceive literally everyone, including console players. Like, this tweet absolutely sucks balls, but I will give you one little olive branch, and that's this. Death Magnetic is a great album. Dislike, unsubscribe. It's a great album. I don't care. Kev says, but it's modded. Kev, that's the point. Mods are good. Mods are an advantage of playing on PC. That's part of the reason that we're okay with waiting for PC ports. Do you understand? Ready, Set, Go says, keep waiting, brokey, puddle brain rot. Oh my god, can you console dudes just come together and decide on whether PCs are expensive or not? Because you guys always complain about gaming PCs being too expensive and oh, nobody has the money to keep up with gaming PCs. But now when a PC gamer doesn't want to buy a console, it's heh, you're broke. Like, are we broke or do we just not want the fucking thing? And like, I'll give you that the puddles in this clip don't look amazing. If I were me, I probably wouldn't play with the puddles. But what about everything else? The frame rate, the textures, the lighting, the car itself. Like, why are you guys so eager to just talk about the puddles? Well, I mean, I say that, but we know why. It's so you can focus on the one and only thing about the clip that might possibly look worse than your version of the game, and if you were to surgically remove every other factor of the video, then you would have an argument here. And you're the one saying other people have brain rot. Good lord. Jane Son says, spoken like a true shit eater, this on your mind 24/7. So, playing on PC and liking mods, that makes you a shit eater. I mean, sure, yeah, spoken like a true corporate slave. Have fun paying $70 for a worse version of the game literally every single time you buy a new game. Ken Giffey Jr. says, tell us more about your micropenis complex. Because naturally, when somebody posts about PC gaming, you think about the size of their penis. I think you're telling on yourself a little bit. Daniel says, and what of those PC players that die before they even announce GTA 6 PC version? Sorry, I'll start over.
Marker.
Daniel says, and what of those PC players that die before they... Oh my god, I wrote this whole video without laughing, but now that I'm recording it, I can't say this. Okay, try it again.
Marker.
Daniel says, and what of those PC players that die before they even... It's just so stupid.
Marker.
Daniel says, and what of those PC players that die before they even announce GTA 6 PC version? Couldn't be me. We only have one life. You gotta live like there's no tomorrow. So, just so we're clear, buy a console to get the version of the game that you don't want, because if you don't do that, you might just die. I mean, you're not wrong. It's absolutely true that before GTA 6 comes to PC, some people will die. Like that. I'm stumped with this one. I'm honestly stumped. I'm like, that's not the argument I was expecting to hear in favor of consoles. But no, you heard it here, and he's not wrong. If you don't buy a console, you might die. Like, the two things aren't related, but they're technically true. Oh god, okay. Paradigm says, I play to have fun, not to mod or tinker half the time just to make the game work properly. Oh my god. PC-only gamers can't even acknowledge the biggest downside of PC gaming. I love this. I play to have fun, not to mod. Okay, so don't mod. Like, if you don't find mods fun, don't use them. And what is this? Like, ooh, I have to tinker half the time to get the game working properly. Dude, I've been a PC-only gamer for a long, long time. And I gotta tell you, I haven't run into this even once. Like, a game that I'm tinkering with even close to as much as the time that I spend playing it, I can't think of a single time I've had that experience. I just love when console dudes say stuff like, ooh, PC gamers can't even acknowledge the biggest problem with PC gaming. But like, you can't even properly describe the biggest problem with PC gaming. Because those of us who actually play on PC don't know what the hell you're talking about. There are still a lot of people who seem to think the existence of graphic settings or the option to tinker with your game is somehow an inherent negative mark against the platform, but like, no. You can tinker with the settings and you can play with mods, but it's not like you have to use mods. And when it comes to graphic settings, it's not like you have to adjust them more than once or twice when you start a new game. And when I say once or twice, we're talking like a grand total of like 2 minutes when you start a new game, if that. There are plenty of games that I've played where I've literally never changed a single graphic setting. A lot of indie games are like that. But when it comes to the big AAA games, yeah, you'll probably spend like a minute or so getting the settings to your liking, and then maybe you'll hop back into the settings menu 1 or maybe 2 more times after that to tweak something. Again, grand total of like 2 minutes per game in the settings menu in the instances where you actually have to do this, which again is not every game. But tell me more about how PC-only gamers can't even acknowledge the biggest downside or whatever the fuck you said. I just love when people talk with such authority about something that they so obviously don't know shit about. Red News says 90% of the PC users can't run a game like that. I mean, 100% of console users can't run a game like that.
Got him!
Tanner says, for mods? Yes, Tanner. For mods. Mods are wonderful, aren't they? PC gaming is great, isn't it? It's awesome that we can take a game from 2013 and make it look like this, and even if you don't want to play the game like this, it's nice that it's an option that you have. Wouldn't you agree? No, you wouldn't agree? Of course not. You want to buy a plastic box that tells you how the games are going to run no matter what, and you never want to question anything. And if anyone else tries to question anything, or tries to suggest that maybe a different gaming box is a better investment for you, or a better use of your time, better way to experience your hobby, you're just going to piss your pants and cry. Because it is the current year. God bless the current year. 2024 is going to be... If this is how we're starting 2024, then good gee willikers, it's going to be fun. Okay, toodles.